everyone, welcome back to Medical Coding Club. This is Chandrika, and it's been a long time that I took time and created some videos regarding CPC exam or maybe regular medical coding updates because I got busy. And recently I gave presentation for Tennessee AAPC local chapter, and apart from that I got one more webinar which is paid webinar, so that I have to prepare for that webinar. And whenever people paying for webinars and joining for CU credits, then they will be having more expectations. So in order to meet those professional expectations, I have to put really efforts, and whatever the presentation that I am going to present, it should have a clean presentation with clarity, and I should cover the recent updates, the guidelines, everything. There will be so many question and answers thing will be there, so I have to be very much accurate in whatever the thing that I am going to tell on that webinar. Okay, so that I am working on that. And apart from that, my work and regular classes, new CPC batch started from February 27th, and CPC preparation batch, I don't have enough time to take the classes, so I have made an LMS. Okay, so whoever wants only preparation, they can pay for the LMS access and can learn from all the the CPT chapters are there. You can get to see all the CPT chapters explanation and material. You can get that. And if you are only coming for to me for any special sets, I don't have any particular special sets. So you know that CPC exam paper is everywhere nowadays, but please be aware whatever the thing that you are going to learn here in the learning phase, that will help you to sustain in your real-time job. If you are just practicing some 120-200 questions which are given by someone and you're passing your exam and then you're going for a job, it will become very hard for you to get into job and sustain in the job. That's why you need to learn proper ICD, proper CPT, with respect to all chapter and coding guidelines are very important. Okay, so please be careful, and whenever you are investing some money, please do learn everything and then only look for job or take the certification. Okay, and yeah, let's keep those updates aside. So today I just wanted to discuss about, or I just wanted to give few tips on how to find accurate ICD codes during your CPC exam. Okay, so most of us will struggle whenever we see medical condition. We take some time to process what will be the accurate ICD code for this condition, or how to look for main term. Okay, so that I will give you some tips. Okay, so firstly I'll discuss about the traditional method. So as you all know, under ICD manual we do have two separate volume. One volume is for alphabetic index, where all the medical conditions are organized in an alphabetical order, and the other part is tabular list, where the codes are organized in the chapter specific or according to body system or organ system, and it contains code range, a specific chapter range as well. There you will get coding instructions to follow in the tabular list. Okay, whatever the code, you will able to get direction from alphabetic index, you must come to tabular list and verify it. Okay, verify it in tabular list. So this is a common method. And also when I talk about the volumes, under volume 1 we do find separate entry for neoplasm chapter and drug, also external causes. Okay, we have that separate 3 entries also in the volume 1 ICD book. So now think about taking the codes. Okay, say for example you are writing an exam, and now you have enough time, or maybe you are just practicing. Okay, practicing the maybe you are practicing ICD section for your CPC exam. Like whenever you look into a medical condition, the first thing that you need to see in the medical condition is eponym. Okay, so eponym is nothing but it is someone's name. Okay, someone's name, like example Graves disease or Parkinson disease. So here Parkinson's, it is not a condition. Okay, Parkinson's is a doctor, James Parkinson. Okay, he's a doctor. The Parkinson is a doctor name. So the doctor's name is associated with your condition. So whenever I say Parkinson's disease, so it's a neurological disorder as we know. And when I say Graves' disease, so again it's an autoimmune disorder. So here it is again from the doctor name Graves. Okay, likewise the eponym contains someone's name. So if your condition contains eponym, directly you can go by name and you can search your code. Okay, this is your first method. The second method will be going by main term. So when you refer your medical condition, you need to be able to find out what is your main term in this condition, in the given medical condition. Say for example, if I say inflammation of colon. Okay, inflammation of colon is a medical condition that they are referring. So in that inflammation of colon, inflammation is something that is like you can see that colon is a site, inflammation is the term, or you can see that the inflammation is the effect here. So that you have to take it inflammation as your main term, and you have to go to alphabetic index, go to items and look out for inflammation as a term. Under inflammation you need to look out for your specific location or a site as colon. Okay, so you will get a direction from there, inflammation of colon, C. colitis. Okay, so then you will come to digestive chapter in the tabular list, and whatever the code you have got it from alphabetic index, you will refer in the tabular list whether it is correct or is it complete code or incomplete code, or do we have any instruction to follow. Everything you will verify in the tabular list. Okay, in the same way, say for example another condition like heart failure, kidney failure, or maybe femur fracture, okay, food disorder. So all of this here, if I say heart failure, heart is an organ, failure is something that is doing here, like there is some contribution towards the effect. Okay, so that you have to go to failure, you have to head over to alphabetic index and look for F terms. Under F term you have to look out failure. Under failure you can locate your organ as heart, or maybe sometime liver. Okay, liver may directs to hepatic, and also kidney failure. Okay, so you will get a proper direction where to, or what is the code range also you will get to know through alphabetic index only. So all you have to do is come to tabular list, verify your code and get the ICD. Okay, this is your proper way. And the other one, if the provider gives you direct condition itself like diagnosis, diabetes or hypertension, asthma, so all of these conditions are direct, you can easily get it. Okay, this is your traditional method to find the ICD code accurately. The other quick look method we say. Okay, so you are writing CPC exam and you are already running out of time, so that time you can't sit and go by alphabetic index, you can't see what is your main term, you like that much time you cannot really spend. Okay, if you are already running out of time, so what you can do, the best practice you can do is you refer all the 4 options given in the question, directly head over to tabular list. From there refer all of your option description and whatever the medical condition given in your question, that you can able to see in the codes, and by following the instruction that given in the tabular list, you could land on particular accurate ICD code. Okay, say for example they might be referring NOS condition or NEC condition, so following that instruction you can able to get the accurate ICD code. So though ICD code, in the CPC exam hardly 7 to 10 marks direct you can see assigned for ICD section, but when you start working, ICD will play a very major role for sustaining in your medical coding industry. Okay, without ICD knowledge it will become very tough for you to learn in the initial phase. Initial phase will be a learning phase, right? You have to prove yourself that you can give good accuracy and you can come out of QC. But if you are struggling a lot to find the code also, then it will become hard for you. Even though you are certified and you don't have this much knowledge, it will not be good. Okay, so that's why I prefer whenever you are learning, learn everything properly. Okay, so don't just depend on some material